Well, ladies and gentlemen, this is the speech that you all been waiting for. So, just FYI for the new freshers in this league, I am gay. And I am really pro-gay marriage, I will be honest with you. The thing is that I'm not really ready to sacrifice the stability of my own country for a right, which is, yeah, okay, it's pretty good, but it's not like the most important human right in the history. So, yeah, we believe that this is fine, but if we will show you that it will cause such a harm to the society and to the gays itself, we believe that we should not legalize gay marriage in China. I am very much sorry to say that. So the first clash will be where we'll have more stability and more powerful and better China, and secondly, what will benefit to the LGBT sort of BT in China, with or without the proposition. Before that, a few points of rebuttal. So firstly, I'm glad to hear that Avishai agreed that the trade with China won't be damaged because this is China, and by that being inconsistent with his first prop. Secondly, we believe, we were saying that we're not by legalizing gay marriage, we're making more men being gay, thus making more women. We're just saying that the way that the gay discourse in China is taking nowadays is gay is by choice. It's the visibility of women's going together and how the Chinese perception of the gays, and I will explain that further on in the clash. Thirdly, he said it's a good distraction for other problems. So like, come on, if I am a minority who's been persecuted in China, obviously I do not give a damn about gay marriage. And thirdly, it won't give any leverage to China to criticize the West, because the West will still criticize China anyway for the major human rights violation that we have there. So, about where we'll get more like stable Chinese or whatever. So, first of all, assume that once we give that, the world will forget all the human rights violation in China. Now, first up, said to them that firstly, in trade-wise, no one cares, just like Avishai actually agreed. And secondly, that they tell us that not everyone in China will accept this legalization. Now, Shachar actually brought you the analysis of what is happening nowadays in the societies in China. So, firstly, yes, there are thousands of demonstrations and riots against the government. Secondly, obviously, we have the radical Muslims, like in the Xinjiang region, that obviously will not accept gay marriage because they're radical Muslim. Thirdly, we have extreme human rights violation and persecuting minorities, just like the Tibetan, the Buddhists in Tibet and the Vikong followers, which will be obviously furious if, when they have so much human rights violations towards them and towards other citizens in China, all of a sudden the major problem of China is gay marriage, focusing only on gay marriage and forgetting all the other major human rights in China, that obviously will bring up much more anger towards the government, since they are only, because it's obvious that they're only doing this they're obviously doing that only to show the West that they are like a new and modern or whatever, but they're not doing anything for their own government. Fourth, yes, we have a problem of women in China. There are many men that are doomed to be bachelors for the rest of their life. Now, they don't understand how sexuality works there. They don't know, as you do, that I was born this way. The thing is, once they're saying two Chinese beautiful lesbians going together hand to hand on the street, what they are saying is the government just taking away from them more like potential of being married and getting laid, and making them much more angry towards the government, because they don't understand how come if we don't have many women, you're giving them to be together and taking them away from the men. And as Avishai actually said, and Monica said that once they're family, they are so strong together, and they will not be with any other person, and they will be I don't know, a core and won't be unified. And by the way, whatever they say about Taoism or so on, that the gays will be with a family and they will be much more stable. Sadly, there are much more heterosexuals in society. So even if we have like more stable gays communities or whatever, it doesn't overcome the whole heterosexual anger mob towards the government as a whole. I will take Jenny.
Today, Western liberal values are more going on and entering China. China needs to gain control of the people. They need to show that the government is legitimate.
So why start there? Why start in such a minor problem of gay rights when you have such a huge human violation? What will happen when you say to your people, I am going to take care of this so tiny problem just to show all the world that we are so advanced, and just not mentioning any other problems that they have in the government. Thirdly, the second question about what will benefit to the gays in China. So again, the status quo is that China is not Iran. Gays in China are not being prosecuted. Now, first, Jenny or whoever told us that they want the gays feel much more. No, they're all the same. Jenny, the gays to feel happy and whatever. No, to feel happy or whatever, and to have they will. Once they can get married, they can walk down the street and have pride like Berlin or Tel Aviv. Amos tried to tell us that there will be more discrimination, but Ashara actually explained to you why. Because as I explained, the discourse about the gays differs in China. It's not only that I'm angry about the government that lets lesbians go together. I'm actually angry about those two women that instead of going with the men and helping them to fight so majority, I am taking all my anger towards them, because not only I don't believe in what they believe, not only because they're out of the norms that I believe in, they're actually causing me much more harm because they chose to live together and not to live with a man, and because we believe that it will cause less stability and human rights and gays and please